The other night, you guys had you're showing resiliency that this team just hasn't had over the last 4 or 5 years. Just how good does it feel to have those moments where you guys bounce back from a tough loss?
It was great. I mean, I think first game we played against them, had a lead, felt like we could have done some things differently to win that game. And I think especially with how we feel like we've been playing since the road trip, let some games go, come back, I think, get that second one. It's big for us.
How hard is that to play all these games at home around the holidays? It seems like it's always, you're so busy when you're at home, and it seems like you can get a little bit of a distraction.
I think for us, I think the biggest thing is just trying to maintain our pace and what we do. Every single night, I think in the first Denver game, we just slow. We weren't running like we usually do, running up and down. I think to do that on the second night of the back-to-back just showed, I think, how committed we were as a group. I mean, obviously, Malik had a great game. Fox, Domas played extremely well, but just in general, I thought that everyone did a good job of just running.
Domas, you bring him up there. Just how impressive is it that he's out there getting a near triple-double with like a broken thumb?
I mean, he wants to play. He wants to be out there with us. He wants to battle. Obviously, at this point in the season, everyone's dealing with little things here and there. But I think his ability to just fight through that and play the way he did is highly impressive.
The other day, Fox was talking about how you guys are 500 on the road, which is good, but wants a better home record. How important is it to at least go 500 during the 6-game homestand with a win tomorrow?
It's big. I mean, I think you work so hard to try to do well on the road, and then to come home, especially we've had. So you want to be better. You want to be better just for what we built, but I think just for the home fans. And I think at this point in the season, with it standing so tight in the West, you get the home run.
6 straight sellouts. Seems like there's a new record for attendance every night. What is it like as a player to have those kind of fans behind you and that kind of atmosphere on a nightly basis?
I mean, it's great. I mean, I think it's nice to have these type of crowds. We're having a better season. Those things are great, but we want to reward these guys with the win as well. So I think, like I said, it's more onus on us to make sure we're taking care of business, especially during this stretch here to get more wins.
I know it's so early in the season, but I mean, the fact that you guys are, I think it's 3 or 4 games over 500 right now. You're 3.5 games out of first. Is there any standings watching going on with you guys?
I don't think necessarily standings watching in terms of like where we're at. I think it's more so just a matter of how tight things are in the West right now. You look at one game here, one game there, and how much it can move, and then you look back at the end of the season and say, what is. So I think for us the biggest thing is right in the mix, right where we want to be. It's just a matter of continuing to have games where we feel like we put our best foot forward, and then we live with the results.
How's it been working for Jordy since he's taken over with Mike out?
I mean, it's been seamless. I mean, everyone step up, next man mentality. I mean, Jordy's done a great job being coach. Obviously, everyone on the staff is taking on more responsibility. And guys respond.
On that subject, it doesn't really seem like COVID has been that big of a factor around the league this year, certainly with you guys. Knock on wood, but what's it like dealing with this again when it almost seemed like it was something you kind of forget about?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's anything you necessarily forget about, but it's every time during this year, just trying to make sure everyone's as healthy as possible is one of the biggest things, right? I mean, you never want to, a bug to start going through the team and it starts going from coach to player and things like that. So, obviously it's unfortunate that we don't have, Mike with us right now, but also on the other hand, glad it hasn't really spread through the team and taken advantage of it.
Thank you,